Before we start this lab, we must go over what anatomy is. Anatomy is the study of the structure of an organism. It can be divided into two areas of study: histology and gross anatomy. Histology is the study of microscopic structures of cells and tissues. Gross anatomy is the structures that are visible by the naked eye. Gross anatomy includes the study of tissues, organs, and organ systems. The anatomical positions is a standard body position, like our little blue guy is in. It is the arms are positioned at the side. When if he had palms, they would be turned forward, and the thumbs pointing outward from the body, and the feet and shoulders are width apart. Some important terms for this lab are interior or posterior. Interior means towards the front, and posterior means towards the back. There is middle or lateral. Medial means towards the middle. Midline. Lateral means away from the midline. For example, the nose and the eyes. Another term will be proximal and distal. Proximal is closer to where the body connects, and distal means away from the body. For example, the knee is distal, and the distal to the pelvis, but the ankle is proximal. Another term will be the superficial or deep. Superficial means towards the outside of the body, and deep means inside the body. For example, our skin would be superficial, and our heart would be deep, because it's hidden deep between the ribs. Another term would be superior and inferior. Superior means directly above or towards the head. Inferior would be directly below, which is towards the bottom of the feet. Those are some important terms before starting this lab. Before we start, we must identify and classify the planes of the human body. There's a sagittal, chordal, also known as a frontal, horizontal, or transverse. I took the time to do the sagittal line, which divides the body, left and right, and the horizontal or transverse. I will also be demonstrating the chordal or frontal later in the lab. The body is divided into different sections. During this exercise 2 of the lab, we will be showing the sagittal plane, which divides the body from right and left. Positions: the middle of the body is called the median plane or the mid-sagittal plane. So we'll just cut. It's kind of sticky. I'll cut along in the middle, creating the median plane or mid-sagittal plane, which divides the body from right and left. There's the line creating the body. Next, I will show the frontal plane or coronal plane. This divides the body into an anterior and posterior portions. Here's an example of me cutting the body and separating the two. Lastly, I will divide the body into a transverse plane or horizontal plane. This divides the body into the superior and inferior portions. Here's that example.